I think the question around market positioning is best answered via a consumer lens, which is our primary focus is basically ensuring that our consumers are happy, delighted, and we're serving them content they want to watch. Because for every streaming platform, of which there are many, the primary driver is consumer choice. What does the person want to watch? It doesn't actually matter where the platform is. And I think that is the mistake a lot of people keep making, which is that consumers don't wake up and think, oh, it is this platform that I was born in this world to subscribe to. It is, am I giving you value? And Kava's position is that we know our core markets. We want to give them value, that the first place they want to come to watch Nigerian and African content on streaming is Kava. That is our positioning. And we are building our entire business for that positioning. We believe in our stories, and we believe that our stories are the driver of our consumer adoption. Like, we would make sure the product is great. We will make sure the English is spoken correctly, the pidgin, everything. But fundamentally, the content makes the customers come. If you have the content that they want, they will show up. And because the customers are multifaceted, there is no one piece of content that is a silver bullet for all consumers. And every single consumer cohort, to use the fancy language, matters to us. And we want to reach and touch all of them, that no matter what type of African content matters to you, Kava is the first name you think about. That is, somebody asked what success means to us. That is what success means to us.
Cover our view remains that we are open for business with the markets and with the industry at large. I think very similar to what has happened in the past is that the opportunity exists for filmmakers for wide and large. You know what has been able to happen at YouTube, I actually think has done more for our industry as in terms of just providing a platform where filmmakers are able to express themselves and tell their stories. At Cover, I don't think it's going to be any different. Engagements that we have had at this early stage with the industry is anything to go by, from a supply of premium Nigerian content. I don't think that we're going to have any problems at all. And I think that is also important to recall that that is also part of the strength that both partners bring to the table, is that we are coming in a track of premium content at the highest level, working with our filmmaker partners. And we don't plan for that to be anything that changes. We Once we announce the type of films that we're opening with this year, it will be very indicative of the fact that filmmaker partners want a platform like this, crave a platform like this, and are willing to work in a market where multiple streaming platforms can exist. So I don't think that it's going to be as much of a challenge as maybe it may seem at this stage.
This business is a content business, and we intend to provide premium content for our audience worldwide. Our content is going to promote African voices. We intend to champion African voices worldwide. We intend to champion African art, film, music, fashion, all forms of art. We intend to champion. The plan and strategy is to collaborate with all our partners across board, and we just hope to continue to do our best to create all the content that's exclusive to the platform, fresh content, fresh voices, and to keep our audience happy.
Concerning the technology per se, basically we're following international best practices and ensuring that our servers are positioned in such a way where there is very little latency time across platforms or across viewing experiences, irrespective of whatever country you're in, and also irrespective of whatever internet you're on. So it's a situation where wherever you are in the world, based on your internet access, it would either throttle down to be able to accommodate you at 24p or take you all the way up to UHD quality, and then with very little latency.
I feel like I can sort of widen the net a bit more, and it's something that I've always wanted to do. Having done cinema for virtually all my career, one of the limitations you have is whether you can't really release a certain number of films at the same time because you have limited number of screens, you have limited eyeballs, you know, and you have to actually take it to them and market it and say you must watch this one. When you're doing this, it's slightly different. Now you still have to deal with stuff like bandwidth because you cannot put all the content on it because Damola will be coming for my neck, right? But then I have a bit more room to say, okay, let's try this out and say, okay, if it didn't work for the cinema audience, perhaps it will work for the home entertainment audience. I love data as well. This allows me explore, and it allows me have access to data that I haven't had access to in this way in a long time. So that's what I'm excited about, trying different things, trying those short films that I have always thought had something. Those the short stories, the 15-minute films. Do they have a home? Will they be able to have a home on Kava? Can I make it work? Having those documentaries, being able to position it, but also still doing my feature, which is my number one thing that I absolutely love. I will always pick a feature title over anything. And just being able to explore a lot more. From acquisition, again, it's a platform. So one thing that you're looking at is, again, in cinema, you say you want more bums and seats. In streaming, you say you want more subscriptions. So of course that is something that is driving. I want to acquire stuff that will make people subscribe, to make people like, I want my coming soon ads to be the reason why you are subscribing. And being able to measure that for me just really gives me so much life. And then being able to be able to get it right in those sort of content. We have access to a ton of content. Whether you're holding it to your chest, if you've been holding it for a long time, at some point you will loosen the grip. So it's either I chase you or you come looking for me. But I'm excited about all that. So
When you talk about your consumers, for Kava, first of all, our target audience is between 18 and 45. And the reason why that is because with the contents that we plan on showcasing and just putting on this global platform, it is important that we're able to capture the appetites. Because, you know, we've been talking about servicing an audience, we've been talking about servicing an existing need, right? So Kava didn't just come out because we thought it's interesting to do. We first saw that there was an opportunity for it. We decided to build the right product for it. And then we thought that we would bring it to where our consumers are and meet them at the point of their needs. With the way Kava is being positioned and marketed, it is considering what is already existing, in the sense that we know where our audience is. We know where they reside, right? Everyone is online. Everyone lives online. Majority of us have been in here, but we can speak to things that are happening all over the world because we're all on our devices, which is why even with the way we have built our platform, it is to service and to be able to access content on various types of devices, right? We've touched on our target audience. We've touched on the products. It's important that when you are marketing, you speak the right language of the people that you are speaking to. And so even with our marketing, with the ads, with the events that we're having, with the experiential arms of our launch events, you will be able to see that we are communicating in the way that our audience already know us individually as businesses and also already digest that content. So one thing about the way that we're speaking is we're speaking the right language, and we're speaking to the heartbeats of our consumers. We're not trying to speak a language that they don't understand, and we're not trying to be anybody but ourselves. Our marketing is authentic, it is original, and above all, it is heartfelt.